you're gonna see the captain's working area.
Alright, is this everybody?
Yes.
Or a few more?
That's it.
Alright, and this is everybody, huh? Okay, so we're gonna take a rest. Just kidding. Anyway, welcome to the bridge. So, yep, this is, we got the best view over here. If we needed to, we need to see where we're going. So, yep. So, at the moment, I'm Jonathan, by the way, one of your navigation officers, and also Harry over there. Hello, Harry! Harry Potter, but, Filipino version.
Hello.
Here. So yes, so at the moment, as you can see, this is a purpose-built ship designed for ice, and you don't see like a big steering wheel, not like in the old days, like in the galleon. So our steering wheel is actually much better. It's a Rolls-Royce version. It's very small, so this is the steering wheel now. This had replaced the big old steering wheel.
Wow.
Yep, but we barely use this one. So we can drive the ship in at least 3 different ways up here in the bridge. You can use the steering wheel. Or in ice, we use this one. This is an independent control of the propeller. That means if we need to turn really fast and really steep, we use this one. It's an azipod, azipole. We control the propeller independently. But at the moment, we are out at sea in the open sea, and we are using autopilot. So we are actually driving it with a stick. This one. So let me see. Maybe let's try to scare these guys a little bit. Yep. You can actually drive the ship if you know what you're doing. There are a lot of buttons over here, but make sure you press the right button. Because it's the wrong button. But anyway, so that's how we drive the ship, and this is where we drive the ship. So we are using now electronic navigational chart. It's almost like a map, but the electronic version. The best part with this one is our satellite navigation system is also incorporated in this, so we see our position exactly at any given time on the chart. So we know where we are, and of course we know exactly, hopefully we know what those islands are. So if you can see over there, on the left hand side is Chile, the right hand side is Argentina. So we're gonna pass in the border, and
we see
I know
land already.
Yeah, these 2 guys have issues, we don't want to get involved. So, yeah. So yes, and also Cape Horn is a little bit far in our port quarter already, about almost 45 miles there, so we cannot see it.
We notice the waves stop.
Oh yeah, it's start to calm down because there are islands over here. Since the wind is coming out from the northwest, so we get shelter. There's a lot bumpier yesterday in the open sea. So of course, this is not only our chart in our positioning system. This is also incorporated with our radar. So this green are ships in the triangle. Also, this green over here is landmass, like mountains over there, which we can pick up on the radar. So this triangle, actually, we call them AIS, Automatic Identification Center. This sends out a signal from the vessel and tells us exactly who they are, of course, and also if they update their system, it tells us where they are going. So all these 4 ships actually is going to Ushuaia. So it's gonna be like bumper to bumper tonight over there. I don't know if we have they got a spare space for us, but all these ships is going to Ushuaia.
Nice.
Except for Magellan Explorer, is going to Yankee Harbor. It's going back down to Antarctica. Yes. So this navigation, and also we are doing about 15 knots right now. And that gives us the speed. These are the engines. So the engines are up there. We have 2 main engines running and 2 batteries. We have 4 main engines available for us, but at the moment we're running only 2. As you can see, they are green, and the 2 in the middle are batteries. Then if you're wondering, the battery is of course taking charge from the engine. Any excess power that the engine is producing that is not used going to the battery. So instead of that, the power going to waste, the battery is charging it. So if it turns green, that means it's helping the engine provide power to the demand. It could be the propulsion or the hotel or the galley. But with the battery, without the main engine, the ship can actually run for 30 minutes only, not that long. 30 minutes with a 6 knot speed. If with a speed like this, probably 10 minutes it's drained. So yeah, it is only like a supplement in case of emergency if the main engine breaks down. Also, if there's a sudden demand of power, the battery takes it. And of course, we got some cameras over here, so we can see what's going on the ship side. If any of the crazy guys decided to go out for a swim, which I don't recommend, the water's too cold. Yep. And also, of course, in the tender pit, during the operation, we need to see if it's safe during the operation down there. And of course, over here, we got a very old iPod. Not so sure if it is ready for sale in the Apple Store, but yeah, we have it down here. This is where we make our voyage planning. As you can see, if you follow this line, we are supposed to be in Ushuaia sometime tonight. And we're going to pick up pilot over here. We got all the information I need to conduct a safe voyage planning. Of course, areas that I'm not supposed to go. These are shallow areas. We need to be very careful. It is still quite deep, about 40 meters though, but in some areas you have rocks. So this is where we plan our route, and we pick up pilot over there. And Ushuaia is right over there as well. So like I said, Capon is, where's that? Capon is down here. Yep, it's way down here, so about 50 miles almost. We have Cabo de Hornos, so that's pretty far. And of course, you also have our information that we need over there. And like I said, this gives us information that we need for do passage planning properly, because there are a lot of things hidden under the surface that is gonna put us into trouble. 3.5 meters. You don't see it in the surface, but you go over there. Yep. That's trouble.
How about the weather?
The weather, yeah, we get the weather from this one over here. That's the communication. Like in the old days, we still have receiving weather facsimile, but in electronic version. Like this one, we get the weather forecast.
Oh,
Even though we
wow.
also have internet, but we get to receive it from here as well. For Area 10, this is Antarctica, and Area 9 up here in Chile. And of course, we also have internet to check it even better, because it's updated more frequently. This one update around 3 hours. Also, with this communication system, we can call ships from here, VHF. And also, we can do DSC call. This one, we can call, but this one's really good, especially in Antarctica, where we don't have really like shoreside assistance. So we are relying on all the other ships over there. But VHF has a lot of limitations, maybe only like 30 nautical miles. This one is a bouncing frequency. Not so good, but you can call ships up to 1,000 miles away from this one, depending on how good the atmospheric conditions are. And of course, under the waters is what we have, engines and thrusters. Yep, we don't have rudder, not like in the old days, because this is ASIPAD or ASIPOL. This gives us a dynamic position capability for this one. So we can set everything in the computer and the dynamic position system, and then she would keep the vessel in position. And of course, over here, this is where the interesting part, when we do all the landing. The officer on duty is going to be stationed here, almost like the same controls in the center. So I got the DP positioning, and also I got the camera on both sides, engines, and also up here. And this is how we control the ship, depending on the need, especially if it's windy, we need to give more shelter to the tender pit. In that, I can see you have a sextant over there. I have not used that for in a while. Shame on me. But this is what we're using. We also have Pelorus. So this one is, or they call it an azimuth circle. This for taking bearing of a fixed object, also bearing for the sun, for example, or stars, to check our gyro error, if there's any. So yeah, we're still doing a little bit of celestial navigation thingy, but not so much with the line of position from the sextant. It is quite a long calculation, and probably by the time you figure out where we are already in trouble. So we use satellite instead. Yeah, so somebody can step over there so it can be open. This is where, because we need, because we need to, especially during maneuvering in the ice. I'm watching over here, make sure that I don't let any ice pass through here. Because if it does, I would normally try to push it with the thruster, but if it passes through here, it's on its way to the tender pit. So I need to make sure that before the ice passes here, I will manage to push it away. So this is where Captain navigates the ship in and out of port. You need to see exactly how fast or how slow he's approaching. So any questions, by the way? No questions? No suggestions?
What turn rate can you get with the thrusters?
Oh, with the thruster, depending on the speed, the thrusters is only effective, like highly effective, like 80% effectivity and a speed of less than 3 knots. We can still use the thrusters up to 5-6 knots, but it probably has like 30 or 20% effect only. But with the thrusters Nazipad, I've seen this ship doing 95 degrees per minute.
Wow.
Really, yeah, she can turn really, really fast. And of course, then if I turn faster than that, your plate will probably over on that side. Yours will probably over on this side. So yeah, but we're very careful with these controls. It has a lot of power. If we don't use it properly, or we don't use it the way it's supposed to, like for example, I turn it that way in a high speed right now. At the moment it is not connected, but if I do it like this, the ship will turn big time. I did it before, and believe it or not, I made the ship at least like 20 degrees. So I overflowed the swimming pool, guess what? Together with the guests, so they were flapping like goldfish. They were not happy though, but hey. Yep, question. We got an echo sounder, but the problem with the echo sounder is it is only accurate if the actual depth of the water is less than 200 meters. Because it is sending a signal, but the signal through our receiver is already off. That's why you get a 0 or a lot less.
So I was saying